You guys, everyone, thank you for taking your time to watching our presentation. Our group topic is motivating during change. Our team 2, agents for change. Our teammates are.
Hi, my name is Khaled.
Hi, I'm Derek.
I am Singping.
And hi, I'm Lam.
Today we are going to talk about the of the motivating change, analyze of challenge, potential solution and obstacle, and the final solutions. For introduction of motivation change. Due to company reducing labor costs, it needs to lay off employees in order to save money to keep companies running normally. When employees face to downsizing, most of people could get a face about that. In this situation, they lost motivation in their job. Therefore, companies should motivate employees because not many people can self-motivate, and they will make mistakes when they are feeling pressures in workplace. For motivating during change, our team, Agents for Change, suggests companies should be transparent to the employees, set up some training and workshops for employees to improve their skills, and be positive leader to keep employees away from the next layoff of the organization. As leaders, we need to know how to motivate employees to help ensure their personally to do their best every day and help companies achieve the goals.
Layoffs or corporate downsizing are some of the quickest ways to cut costs for companies during economic downturns. However, managers are often consumed by the prospect of firing people, but they fail to adequately reassure and motivate employees who remain. A survey found that 74% of employees who survived a round of layoff reported a major reduction in their productivity. In the same survey, 64% think that the coworkers' productivity have dropped. It appears that survivors clearly have specific challenges of their own. However, the problem is that less attention is usually given to them. The challenges that employees face can impact their work and the company's operations. The most major impacts of corporate downsizing are a decrease in morale and loss of productivity. Employees who survive layoffs are often faced with a number of uncertainties, such as where they will be fired next, what is the future of the company, how much their workload will increase, and they also worry for their past coworkers who now have to struggle to find new jobs. The anxiety and discouragement lead to a loss in productivity, and this can affect company processes as operations may be slowed down, as well as a reduction in creativity and innovation. Yet, the effects of the company do not stop there. The firm may also face potential problems with future talent acquisitions and brand image. When employees feel that firms don't care about them, they will be more likely to not recommend the company as a good place to work to their friends and acquaintances. The treatment of employees is also an area of interest to potential candidates who want to apply for jobs. And when they see that a company does not effectively help or assist their employees during difficult times, this can leave a bad impression on the company. When anxious employees leave to find better security elsewhere, management have to hire new talent to compensate. And so the short-term savings from layoffs now have to be used to hire and train new staff. Therefore, it is clearly more important than ever to address this problem in order to minimize the impacts that it causes, especially during economic downturns and health epidemics that cause thousands of companies to lay off employees at once. The idea to understand is that the effects of layoffs cannot be eliminated, but it can be drastically reduced, and only with solutions that are highly effective yet budget-friendly. When companies address the problem effectively, instead of taking 3 months for productivity to return, it can take just a few weeks. And it is also important that managers are put in place to be well informed and are provided with the direction to effectively handle the situation and motivate employees towards achieving productivity again.
Okay, so the first potential solution that we came up with is transparency. Transparency is pretty much just being open and honest with your employees and letting them know what's going on. So creating transparency can get rid of the negative feelings towards management that employees might have because of them laying off a bunch of the workers that they might be friends with, or they're scared that they might be next. Open discussions with small groups of employees can help a lot explain why the layoffs were needed. Management should also show what sacrifices they made to employees to show that not only the employees are getting hurt from these situations. It is also important to display empathy to the workers that were let go and explain just why those decisions were made and how important they were. Some of the obstacles that comes to transparency is that top management may avoid bringing up the issue and hopes to just get through it and avoid it. Another obstacle is that management may not be prepared or know what to do after downsizing, so that's the reason why they avoid the issue. And they don't know how to talk about the problems of downsizing to the employees or being open and honest and transparent, and this may cause further issues.
Okay, so one of our potential solutions is training and workshops. And I believe that training and workshop is a really important factor as well, because the more you train, the better you get, no matter what stage or point of a leader you are. And so to lead during change, a leader should have a lot of training in order to adapt into any situation, whether it's good or bad. And research show that training and workshops for management and leaders can lead to much better decisions during change. So with training, you'll be better in making decisions, and whether it's hard or not, and how to deal with these important tasks in your life. And another one is leaders with the right training can support employees and the team in delivering bad or good news. So there will always be ups and downs within the company, and delivering good or bad news is important. And the way you approach your employees and how you are delivering them is also important. And these leaders make a huge difference in a make it or break it situation. So leaders that have the right training can relay any news, changes in organization, or layoffs without causing panic. And with experience within training, you as a leader will be more comfortable with making these decisions and being more confident with your employees. An obstacle that we could face is that employees may not prefer this type of training and not get involved with the correct mindset. So employees may not be bothered to, train or have these kind of workshops. So it's important for you as a leader to motivate them and explain to them why these things are important, and maybe share some past experiences or incidents that happened to you and how it came handy. Another one is training management and leaders is very important to be able to deliver the messages the right way and make everyone feel comfortable. These leaders install positivity and keep motivation high, which is needed in these type of situations. So moving on to potential solutions 3, we'll be talking about being a positive leader. So why be a positive leader? Positivity is one thing a leader should always have. And if you remain positive, whether it's good or bad in any situation, you will always be in the upper hand and look at things in the bright side. Positivity also has a direct correlation with training, and positivity takes and looks at the good in any situation to be able to help employees manage the change and situation at hand. Some important points of being a positive leader is keeping the discussion open, and therefore employees can get to know each other well, get to express their feelings to each other, like how everything is working, and how, talk about the working environment. Talk also about future plans and growth, idea and brainstorming is key and important, as we have done that in class. And I think brainstorming is a very good example of how to, develop ideas, as well as positive outcomes in the near and far future. Being a positive leader during hard times like layoffs or pay cuts, leaders who stay positive and rely this to their employees have a better understanding of the situation and can help the team. So, with experience of being a positive leader, one example is pay cuts. So, if the company is not doing well and you're a positive leader, you could explain to them why and in the correct way. Therefore, they could understand. An obstacle that we could face is that the pay cuts may disappoint employees and convince them to resign. So therefore, it's important to, whether it's sometimes with luck or what's going on um, in the upper hand or the upper stage of the company where you can't do anything about it, but then it's important for you as a leader to be capable to adapt within these situations. Leaders should also calm the situation and paint a bright picture for the future and not over promise or compensate. As well as positive, smart leaders install sense of leadership and put employees at ease. Research indicate that managers and leaders that are positive provide the following. They reduce stress and work better under stress. They find opportunities in hard times, and they give reasonable promises, and they are always honest and real. Accountability is always right, whether the ups and downs in the business world is much easier.
So based on our research and all the other potential solutions we came up with, judging how many benefits they give and then the downsides, we determined that the most optimal one for this situation is transparency. One of the main obstacles is management wanting to avoid the issue in hopes it'll go away on its own and they don't know how to deal with it. But this can be solved by showing them research on how not addressing these issues can become a lot more negative long-term effects on employees, such as the motivation. Another major benefit of transparency is that it builds trust between management and employees, which leads to higher motivation and productivity. With this established trust and transparency, there is less negative feelings towards top management and less job insecurity. With being open and transparent, it shows that everyone is in the same boat and gets everyone to work together to prevent further downsizing. So feeling like everyone is in the same boat and management is there making their self-sacrifices to help you out, you'll feel wanted to do more motivation and higher productivity, which will further help from preventing further downsizing. And that's it for the presentation. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys are doing well.